Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. My name is Jerry and I am hailing you from the Antari Shipyard. And today we're bringing you a re-review of Wave 22.5. So this is kind of a wave in between them. This was a bigger base ship that got released. Definitely a very highly sought after release these days. It's just not very common to find out in the wild. This is the Xindi Weapon Zero. So, Weapon 0, a Xindi weapon, 6080. No defense dice, no shields. But the ability kind of makes up for all that. When defending, during the roll defense dice step, you may roll one defense dice for each hit or critical result rolled by the attacking ship. If you do so, place some auxiliary power token beside your ship. So if you're going to get hit pretty hard and you convert all of your dice to hits or crits, the Xindi weapon is going to respond in kind with the same defense dice. You got a tech, weapon crew coming in at 30 points. You've got the movement card here for the Xindi weapon, which is okay. It is a bigger base ship, so it kind of covers more ground. So I think it's okay that it's got more red maneuvers on it. It's definitely got 4 green maneuvers, so it can remove those aux power tokens fairly easily and quickly. It's only got a 490-degree firing arc, though. So, you got the generic Xindi weapon, which is at 28 points. You lose a weapon slot, but again, same stat line. The captain of this is Dolim. Skill 8, elite talent, cost of 5. Action. If your ship is not cloaked, disable all of your remaining ships. Disable all of your remaining shields and target a ship at range 1 to 2 that is not cloaked and has no active shields. Discard one crew upgrade on the target ship. Your ship has a captain skill of 1 until the end phase this round. So I think it's thematic to Dolim and Archer fighting inside of the Weapon Zero. I get what they're trying to do. I don't like it. Granted, the Weapon Zero isn't going to be cloaked and doesn't have any shields, so you could do this fairly easily, but you also have to make sure your target ship has no active shields, is not cloaked. So it gets restrictive that way. So just don't think that his action is very successful. And maybe it was designed for it not to be very successful, but I think Dolim could probably use a rework. You've got a generic Xindi captain, which is now considered independent. Arming sequence. Action. Place one mission token on this card. During the activation phase of each subsequent round, place one additional mission token on this card to a max of 3. While there are mission tokens on this card, your ship cannot perform any actions and may only execute maneuvers with a speed of 1. While attacking with Destructive Blast, upgrade your primary weapon. During the roll attack dice step, you may discard this card to gain a number of attack dice equal to the number of mission tokens on this card. If you do so, discard this upgrade. This upgrade may only be purchased for a Xindi weapon. Okay, arming sequence needs to be reworked. It also costs 8. It is expensive. We've got cards that do the same exact thing now, mainly thinking of technological distinctiveness, that you add mission tokens to. Really an infinite number of mission tokens to that card, and you don't discard them, and you don't discard the card, and it doesn't cost 8 points. So arming sequence can be made kind of in the same vein of that card. This is definitely a card that needs to be reworked. Now you've got Destructive Blast. Attack. Discard this card to perform this attack. This attack targets all 3 ships in a straight line, up to range 3 from your ship. Perform 1 attack against each ship in the line. Each attack beyond the first is a cumulative attack, -1 attack die. For example, -1 attack die against the second ship, -2 against the third. This upgrade can be only purchased for a Xindi weapon. I don't like it. Again, you are banking on the fact that your opponent's going to fly in a straight line and that you can line up a straight shot. I don't like it. It needs to be reworked. It needs to be redone. The next weapon, you've got Rotating Emitters, which is an attack of 4 at range 1. Attack. Disable this card to perform this attack. You may fire this weapon in any direction. This upgrade may only be purchased for a Zindi weapon, cost of 4. Okay, that card, completely fine. I would probably change it to a range 1 to 2 if it's going to cost 4, just to give the Zindi weapon a little bit more breathing room, because you can't use Destructive Blast very well, and Army Sequence isn't really going to help you either. Then we got Subspace Vortex, which is not legal for OP play any longer. This is kind of part of that Warp Jump ban. It is a cost of 6. Action. Discard this card to remove your ship from the play area and discard all tokens that are besides your ship except for Ox Power tokens. Immediately place your ship back anywhere in the play area but not within a range of 1 to 3 of an enemy ship. You cannot attack during that round, and you use this action. This upgrade can only be purchased for a Zindi ship. I'm okay with not having these cards in the game, to be completely fair. And that's really all I'm going to say on that. I think the ban was probably justified. And it's not Subspace Vortex's fault at all. Self-Destruct is your next tech. It has cost of 5. Action. Target all ships within range 1 of your ship and destroy your ship. Each target suffers 1 damage and must discard a token that's beside it. This upgrade may only be purchased for a Zindi weapon. Okay, so this is a big-based ship. Meaning it's bigger than most ships. Having it self-destruct, hitting your ship at range 1 and only doing 1 damage doesn't make sense. Especially for the time period this is in, where shields were very light. So I would like to see this be a different kind of card. Self-destruct, you can keep that kind of theme in there where you're going to destroy a ship. But since this is a bigger ship, I think at range 1 your ship gets hit with 2 damage. At range 2 your ship gets hit with 1 damage. Or something like that should have been what this card would have been. Should have, would have, could have. And then we've got Degra as the crew. All of your Zindi weapon upgrades cost -1 SP. When attacking, during the declare target step, if your ship does not already have another ship target locked, you may discard this card to acquire a target lock on a ship with a range 1 to 3 of your ship. Again, a lot of words there. Probably can get reworked and dropped in cost for what it does. And, I want to say that I keep hating on the Zindi as a faction. I don't think they were designed very well. And I don't know if the designers really had or watched the episodes of Enterprise to see maybe if there's a theme that they could fit with a Zindi. After going through all of those Zindi cards and the Temporal Cold War cards, it just felt like the design of these cards kind of fell off. So if there were a faction that could use a redesign from the ground up, it's probably the Zindi. I know Species 8472 is high on people's lists. The problem with Species to me is that they weren't in enough episodes to really do too much with. There are things, especially if things like Beta Canon were to get opened up, then maybe we can get a little more. But I think Zindi were in enough episodes to where you can get, kind of enough to kind of flesh out and redo the cards that they had released. So there was no mission that was released with this pack that I'm aware of. At least I don't have one. Let me double check the mission viewer real quick. Yep, I don't have one that's in between. Maybe there was a mission and I missed it, or I don't have it. So if there was a mission, I apologize. If there was not a mission, then that's okay. Again, this set is really, really hard to find. It is one of those holy grails, white whales for most people. I myself don't even have it in my collection. So if you were ever to come across it and it's at a good price, under $100, it's probably worth picking up just for the Weapon Zero. Not really for the rest of the cards in the pack, but Weapon Zero is pretty good. But other than that, thank you everyone for watching, and we'll see you around the shipyard.